everyone, Moisa here, back with another video, and today we're going to be doing a random generator build challenge. And so, to just find what we're building a white craftsman house in Strangerville with the lot trait private dwelling for 4 Sims with a budget of 50K, and it has to have a pool and a popcorn machine. So those are kind of like our parameters for everything. Obviously I look different today. I got braids for the first time in 6 years. Tell me what you think. I'm like feeling very self-conscious about it right now, but hopefully I get used to them because I'll probably have them in for like the next month and a half because this was a lot of braids. It was a lot of money. And so I already created one sim. It's a male sim, and I'm thinking that I want to make him like a twin sister, give them like a pet cat or something. I have like a vision in my head that I want to do. I have like a speed cast of the man that I'm building, so I might make his sister as well, and then we can just like have the whole family made, and then you can see like that whole thing. If my Moisa sim, if you want to see me do like a let's play of her, because I haven't really played through the Sims a lot. I've only really done building and cast, but I've never played the Sims. So this could be like something new and fresh if you guys want to see me try it. And so if you guys want to see something like that, it would definitely be super fun to do something like maybe she's like my character becomes the 4th member, something like scandalous or something fun like that. So we're starting the build in aerial view, and as you can see, we're a little bit into the build already. I've already had a generalized shape, which is a square, with some furnishing in the kitchen, the dining room, and living room, as well as the downstairs bathroom. That's primarily because I lost a lot of footage while recording this, so that's why I'm doing the voiceover. I'm currently just playing with the size of the living room's table and rug, and here's just a closer look at it. And now we're going up to the 2nd floor. I made a basic layout for the bedrooms and the 2 bathrooms because since it's a 4 sim house, I was going to do a pet and obviously 3 sims living here. And so I'm really trying to think of a good shape, especially to balance out the space because it's really square and boxy on the exterior, so I really started to add some dimensions, and then I just added some nice down lights and saucer lights into the space, and now I'm just playing with different types of beds. I found this really cool CC bed that was very inspired by fashion designers and arts, so I started placing that, and then I remembered to place down some stuff for the pets. So I have some scratching posts, I have their food bowls in their bathroom, and now I'm just typing in some cheats so that way I can start fitting in everything I need in these bedrooms. I will say I was not keeping good track of the budget while I did this. And so now I'm making the brother's room, which is the sim that I made in my cast video about 3 days ago. I saw him to be more plain, so he's more like a beige, like casual sim, but he also needs a desk because I'm thinking his job is going to be like maybe a secret agent, and while his sister is doing more of a like fashion job. So I'm just furnishing both of their rooms right now. I really wanted to make sure that he had carpet under his bed, but there wasn't a really nice carpet, so I just overlaid 2 of them. And then for her, I got the nice circular rug that I have in the dining room, as well as the living room on the 1st floor. Yes, it is my favorite, so don't judge me. Alright, so now I'm just playing with his desk in the corner because I wanted to match all of the furnishing. All of the furnishing I have in here are from the game as well as CC. So this does have a lot of CC in it. I can do a non-CC version as well if that's something you all want, but the CC really got me in this build, and this just became a very heavily CC build. Most of my CC is from the Sims resource though, so you'll definitely be able to find all of them. I literally just click through like the first 20 slides, and whatever I download within that is what you see in this room right now. So I placed a bathroom on the first floor, just a toilet and sink, but I'm not sure if I love it, but I still needed it in the space and I didn't want it to get into the more interactive spaces, so I kind of just shoved it between the kitchen and the stairway. Now I'm just playing with the sister's desk because I really liked her bed, and so I kind of looked for more packs that I downloaded that were similar to her bed, because I just felt like her vibe was more like girly, artsy, fashion designer vibes, and I wanted to make sure that her room really began to embody that. I started doing some fun lights and cute little nightstand perfume and things like that. I then realized that there was no personality, so I started adding a few faces, and I tried adding pillows. I fought with one of these pillows for I think a lot of this build, but I think I eventually just gave up on it. And then I added a few more vases, I added some bottles. I just really wanted to make sure that there was some life in the space. I'm not a big Sims clutter person, so I definitely was just trying to make sure that it had some clutter but not an overwhelming amount. I also wanted all the rooms to be wood flooring because I just really like wood flooring finishes, and then tiles in the bathroom. And now we're doing the grandma's bedroom, and so the grandma's bedroom is going to be similar to the brothers in terms of it's being basic, but I wanted her room to have the nicer stuff, so I wanted to give her some personality with it. So even though her furnishing is kind of boring, like her bed, I was trying to figure out what good storage to do, and I had this pack that gave me a lot of IKEA vibes that I just ended up using for her dresser and her mirror, so I would have less stuff to buy. And then I remembered that there were string lights in the game, so I started adding string lights to the sister's room. I do end up removing them because we do get over budget, but it was an attempt. And now we're just working on the bathroom. These have to be full bathrooms, so I was really just trying to use like the showers that I have downloaded because I don't have Discover University yet. And then I went back to grandma's room. I tried to get her some more sensible lights because she's grandma. And then when I was adding lights is when I started thinking about activities for the grandma, and you're gonna see that coming up soon. So I started thinking about making her a book nook, so I started playing with maybe a lamp in the corner with a bookshelf, but then I knew I'd want like a chair, and so I was fighting for this chair for so long in this build. It took me so long to figure out what kind of chair I'd want, and then I had to change the bookshelf. It was just a whole thing. I also had a little art painting corner because I feel like grandma's a creative. Just because her room is boring doesn't mean that grandma's boring, kind of thing. So I spent a lot of time trying to make sure that her little reading corner was really like cute. And I wanted it to be a comfier chair, but I couldn't find anything. I feel like this is where I definitely need to download Nifty Knitting just so she can have a rocking chair. I then started adding paintings everywhere because I felt, again, we had no personality, and I sort of overcompensated that in the sister's room, but obviously I had to delete a lot of it eventually because money. As you can see, we're like at $4,000. So Moisa, while she was building this, did not notice that, and I really went all out to make their rooms personalized at first. And now I'm just adding some lights in the hallway to make sure people can see it properly. I added some banisters because I don't need my Sims falling over. I just gave everyone a basic door to save some money. And then I think this is the point where I realized I don't have nice walls, and I start looking at wall options. And it's really hard for me to get creative with walls because I feel like really bright walls terrify me in The Sims. So I was like, should I go out there for like the sister and then everyone else gets like a basic color? Yes, that is what I end up doing. I just feel like everyone's more simple, but the sister's more creative. But then I didn't really like it, so then I switched the brother to have the same wallpaper, but left grandma with a more like plain kind of style. And then I started trying to find good wood tones for the outside. It's supposed to be like a white sort of house. Um, and I just kind of ended up with just like a basic one. You can see a little bit more of the exterior right now as I'm adding my windows. I did decide to give the brother the balcony because I designed him, so I had more preferential treatment. I did shrink the bookshelf in the grandma's room. It felt a little weird with like the big shadow, but I still didn't want it to be that big, so I was like, I'll just accept the shadow. It's fine. And then after placing the windows, I noticed that I needed to replace some of the paintings as well as move some lights. And the brother didn't really have a window, so I was trying to find a good window arrangement for him, and then I kind of just gave up and went to the first floor and started doing the first floor windows. At this point, we only have almost $1,000, and I don't notice yet. I will notice very soon when I'm broke. So that was a fun experience to do. And then I started adding just more windows downstairs, bringing some natural light, because obviously I have all the little candles and artificial lighting, but we need some nice windows. And then I just started working on the backyard, still not noticing that I only had like $700 to my name. And then this is the moment I realized that I needed to start removing stuff, and I started looking at the entire house and seeing what I could delete and what I could keep. But I couldn't delete a lot because I got too attached to the siblings and their story. And so I kind of just bought and deleted tinier things that wouldn't impede the story as much. I did unfortunately have to delete some of the cat stuff. As you can, this is right now just me looking for anything I can delete, anything I can make a cheaper version of. Alright, and then I started working in the backyard because I remembered that we needed a pool. I do already have the popcorn machine. It's in the kitchen, no worries. But I realized that I needed a pool, and then I wanted to make it a nice pool. So I started looking at different floorings and things that could save money, and I was able to make the pool just a little bit bigger. And then I deleted stuff in the guest bathroom downstairs because it's fine. And I started just looking for more stuff to delete. The backyard kind of looked really sad at that point, and we only had $121, so I was really trying to make it work. Yeah, so this is just kind of me still searching for anything else to delete, and then seeing if I can afford any nice backyard stuff. I decided to move the bar to the back and make the house a more conventional square again, just because that saved me some money, as well as obviously it added more amenities to the backyard. I then started seeing if I would be able to afford fencing. I couldn't, so I was like, you know what, it's fine, I don't have neighbors. And then I started working on the landscaping a little bit. I'm not the best at landscaping in The Sims, so it was a real fun challenge for me. But I think in the end it was decent. I do keep playing with it though. This isn't the end of it. And then I really used the Sims cheats to just make things bigger, so they would just take up more space and it would look more full. We have $185 to our name, and I'm like scrambling. I'm like, what can I make bigger? What can I delete? What can I just adjust to be more interesting? This is just me playing with landscaping because I knew I wanted there to be a slight height to it, but it was really hard to get just right. And then I kind of just gave up, and I was like, you know what, this is just fine. And then I basically just started working on the roof. I looked at some of the typical craftsman houses and just noted that they had like a basic roof. And so I just wanted my house to have that similar roof typology. And so I really like the way the roof turned out because it fits in the aesthetic of a craftsman house. And then I started trying to add a window up top because it felt a little empty. And then I had $50 and I was like, what can I buy for $50 that will look like it takes up more space? I started adjusting the plans. I started looking for like cheaper appliances that I wouldn't mind switching out. I was really trying here. At this point, I should have just given up. The house looks fine. It's basic, but it's fine. And then here's me looking for a cheaper laptop. I couldn't find one, so I was like, you know what? He gets a nice laptop. I'm not giving him a square one. I refuse. I refuse. And then this is a quick little outdoor seating. And then we're gonna do a quick tour. So that's our living room. This is our dining room, which I really love. I love that. Oh, so pretty. This is our kitchen. Very nice mid-century vibes. I don't even know what that means. This is the second floor, so our hallway just has a scratching post. This is grandma's room, which I was really invested in making sure it had some personality because I feel like elders don't get a lot. This is the sister's room, which would be definitely a room I'd want. I'm not a fashion designer, but I just love it so much. And then this is the brother's room. It's really simple, basic, but I think it works for his personality. And then this is our backyard where we have our bar for entertaining, and then obviously we have our tiny pool. And yeah, so that's really the build. I hope you all liked it. It's my first build video, but I do like building in The Sims once I get better at it. And that's a frontal view. And yeah, that's really it.